What up, what up, what up, good people? It's your boy BTG, aka Bust Them Guns. Back at you with another one. So we got a quick one for you tonight. Not gonna hold you long at all. Let's go ahead and jump into the housekeeping. This video is for educational purposes only. We are in a safe and controlled environment. We're not selling any firearms, nor are we selling any accessories. We're not promoting the sale of any firearms, nor are we promoting the sale of any accessories. All right. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. If you enjoy the content, hopefully you hit that subscribe button and come back and see us. If you're a returning viewer, I appreciate the support. Appreciate you being along for the ride, and we're going to keep this journey going. So let's jump into it. So this is going to be just a quick follow-up on this XP Pro as far as the mag wells coming in. Not the mag well, but the base pads for the magazines or extensions, as well as the 1 degree plate or shim for the optic here. So let's go ahead and clear the weapon. Magazine is clear. Weapon is empty. Put that mag back in for aesthetics. So this here is that PVD bronze version of the XP Pro. And on top here we got the C&H comp. That's the optic on here. This optic I've ran on a couple of other units, and on each one of them I was having trouble getting it zeroed down enough or getting it elevated enough to get zero. So got the 1 degree shim on these. You can pick these shims up on Amazon. They're like 12 bucks. And that'll lift that back end up and get you just enough adjustment so that you can zero in on elevation. Windage wasn't a problem, obviously, but elevation I was not able to get down low enough to get it zero. But with this shim, it solves that, so we're going to likely keep running that on here. Let's go ahead and fire that in the safe direction. All right, and the other thing, we were waiting on the base pads for this here. These are Terran Tactical. So these are TTI base pads. And this color, I think they call it Coyote Brown. So I wasn't really sure if it was going to be a match for this PVD tone. I knew it would be close, and the only way to find out was to order them. So I went ahead and ordered them. These do come with an extended spring, which is good because these factory mags that came in here, the springs in them were pretty weak. I mean, they were sufficient for the regular 17 round, but they didn't have much oomph to them. So these come with an extended spring. So when you buy these, you do get the spring in here. And the one thing, I don't know if you saw the short, the studs on these. On this particular mag well, when you put it on there, this was sticking out, I don't know, about 1/8 of an inch or so. So I did have to grind that down so that we didn't have anything sticking out. So that once you go up in there, because that back of it is pretty much up against the back of the mag well. So when you put that in there, you're right up against the back of that mag well in there with that stud. So ground that down. That may not apply to all firearms. Obviously, for this particular mag well, it stuck out. Another mag well, it may not. Fusion does produce extensions of their own. I know they have the gray ones, and I think they have the black ones for these models. They were talking about making a PVD color. I think the concern was the PVD on the steel is obviously going to be a different finish. You can't PVD aluminum. These covers are aluminum. So they would have been either anodizing or Cerakoting. So it's a question of matching it up. So I guess this will give them a good idea of whether it could be matched up. Because this is a pretty good match. It's not completely on, but then again, the mag well is designed to be off from the slide. So I don't know if it's designed, it's aluminum. So that's probably the result you're going to get by going with aluminum. But this particular color tends to match the frame and the slide more so than the mag well. So it can be done. So maybe this was something that you see coming down the line from Fusion. But for now, TTI has them. I'm going to get a couple more in black because I wasn't sure what I was going to like better, the black or this bronze color. I'm going to get a couple more because I need more mags anyway. So I'll have both. But I think either one will look nice, so it's just really your personal preference. The other thing that we were doing on this is adjusting the trigger on this. I had taken quite a bit of the reset out when I was softening the trigger. So I want to adjust some of that reset back in. And I did that. So I think we got sufficient reset now. So that's your trigger. Didn't bother with the take up. That is what it is. It's not really adjustable on these. And that's the brake. Brake is just over 2 pounds. So that's your reset now. So that's cool. So I'm good with that. And I think that's where we are. The optic, obviously putting the plate on here, putting the shim on. This had to be zeroed. And I also have the spring in here. The spring that came in here would have been fine to run it but it was just tighter than I wanted. So I put a different spring in there that I kind of made shift. So it's a little bit loose as far as the racking. So when you're running it, it may or may not, in some cases, go all the way back in the battery. It might stop a little short, but only after you get to shooting it. So I've got a set of actual XP springs coming. So once I get those, then I'll put the proper spring in there and we'll be good to go. For now, this is good to run it. I'd rather run it like this than to put the heaviest spring in there. So this is how we're going to run it. And it suffices. It suffices. No major issues. So this is going to be a quick deal at the range. Let's jump out to the range. Got some footage, zeroing the optic, getting that lined in, and then just kind of running some rounds through this bad boy. Nothing extended. I think a couple of mags, maybe 2 or 3 mags. And then that's it. We'll come back in and wrap up. So let's jump out, catch that footage, and then we'll bounce back in. Camera's still running. Let's see if I dock styled in. That's on that right target. Adjust that. Which is still bottomed out. How much sure is this? Okay. Let's see if that moved. Safety. Alright. Check on look like it moved. Down a little too far. Now let's come up. Up. And I need to go left just a little. Maybe. Just slightly. Waste my bullets. Oh, that was next to the last round. Let's get right back in that hole. Make sure I'm not on that slide. There we go. Damn. Somebody came to play. Alright, let's run this last mag through this fusion, and we're gonna get the hell out of here. Let's go that same target on the right. Let's pick some of the small ones. Actually walk around. That's another back end battery. That's a wrap. Still need a little more spring on that. Smooth though, but it's just a little too soft. Just a little too soft. Get a little more oomph. The trigger is right. At least something's cooperating. Alright, so as you can see, we had a couple of hiccups as far as it not going completely in the battery. That's really just a matter of a bump to push it on in. But that's something that was self-inflicted. That's because I messed with the spring. If I left the original spring in there, then that wouldn't have been an issue at all. So I don't mind that. This is still just kind of getting to know the Firearm. I really like this piece. This bad boy runs nice. Once the ported barrel is in there, then it's really going to just flatten out real nice. So this wasn't designed to be a long drawn out piece. If you got any questions on this, hit me up. These base pads, like I say, they're available. TTI is where I picked them up. And you get the spring with them. You get the design on there. I think it's another version of these without the design that's available on eBay as well. That's a little bit cheaper. So whatever your preference is, if you order these from TTI, they seem to take forever to ship, but when they do ship, they get there like next day or second day. So just kind of be aware of that. But it's your boy BTG, aka Bust Them Guns. Check me out on other platforms at Bust Them Guns, Instagram, Facebook, as well as Rumble. We didn't get the 6mm back, so we couldn't run that this weekend. So that'll be coming in, I believe, Tuesday. So then we'll get that back out. And that looks like it's going to be strictly an ammo issue. So nothing found wrong with the weapon itself. So we're going to take that bad boy out and run it. I ran 90 grain in there. I ran 105. And what they usually run with is 108. So I ordered some 108s. I don't think there's enough of a difference in the 105 and the 108s for that to make a difference. I think it's the ammo itself that I had that just wasn't good ammo. But we'll be able to duplicate that because I still got some of it. So I ordered some 108. They're sending me a box of 108s as well back with it that they run. So we'll be able to see firsthand. I know just from running it, when I did get a couple of hot rounds, that bad boy cycled just fine with that other stuff. But it was only a couple rounds. So that's good news. So we'll get that bad boy back. We'll run it. I don't think we're going to have any issues there. But we want to put that on camera. We want to make that correction out there because we want to keep the record straight on that. So until next time, holla.